Well, this is why Tea Party Joe Walsh says that we need to repeal this health care law right now. And by the way, he ain't just any other Joe, because this Illinois Republican is headed to Congress if he maintains a razor-tight edge in a still undecided House race. Joe, good to have you.
Neil, great to be here.
You want to repeal this thing, kill this thing, get rid of this thing. I'm talking to a lot of folks in Washington who say that with still a Democratic Senate and a Democratic president, can't happen. So what do you do?
You know what, Neil, the people in this country are sending us to Washington. They're sending the Republicans to Congress to repeal Obamacare. The Republican Party has got to stand very resolute in this. We can't play around with it. We've got to educate the American people, let them know what's wrong with this. I think we should put a bill to repeal Obamacare on the president's desks within 2 days after we're in Congress.
But truth be told, and I know you're passionate for this, Joe, that's not going to move the needle, right? I mean, the president certainly isn't going to sign that bill, and there aren't enough votes to overturn that. So where are we going here?
Well, I think what we need to do, Neil, is part of what the Republicans need to do is be very proactive in how we educate the American people. You're right. The president's not going to sign that bill. And then I think the Republicans, for the next 2 years, very methodically, Neil, need to defund the program, need to deny funding for every piece of Obamacare that comes up over the course of the next 2 years. Basically deny him the money. But while we're doing that, we need to educate the American people as to why we're doing it. It's got to be a two-stage process, and then hopefully a market-based, we'll elect a Republican in 2012 who will understand more of a market-based approach to health care.
While I got you here, and assuming you do squeak into Congress there, are you for this so-called middle measure on the tax cuts that would extend them all for the middle class permanently, and for the upper income, the upper two rates, maybe for 2 years? Are you for that?
Not at all. They should be extended permanently for all Americans.
Well, are you saying, or let me ask you, Joe, then are you saying all or nothing?
All or nothing, absolutely.
So think of that, though. I'm just curious. If that's your view, then you risk getting everyone's taxes raised.
You know what, Neil, I think there's going to be a consensus among the Republican Party and among a number of conservative Democrats to do that very thing, to permanently extend for everyone. We need to create a job-friendly climate in this country. Besides repealing Obamacare, the Republicans are being sent to Congress to lower taxes on small businessmen and women. A lot of these
so you would even risk, no, I just want to be clear, you would even risk, because I talked to one of your colleagues yesterday who, given that choice, said, well, I'd rather some extension than no extension at the risk of seeing everyone's taxes go up. But you're saying no, it's all permanent or none?
No. Yeah, Neil, I think it's so important for the Republicans, when we take over Congress, to very clearly and respectfully let everyone know where we stand. Put our position in the ground. It's extremely important.
Okay. We'll watch closely. Joe Walsh in Chicago.
Great.